Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's good, YouTube? Y'all know what it is, man. It's your boy Tank be chopping, back with another haircut video. And on this video, we're gonna be doing a mid fade. We're gonna be lining up the beard, and we will be styling my client's hair on top. So with that being said, as y'all can see, I am saturating the top of my client's hair. We're gonna get it all nice and saturated before we start this shear work. And as you can see, I'm gonna go ahead and lay the sides down, basically separating the sides from the top. That way I can trim it the way I need to. And then as y'all can see here, I'm trimming the hair along the parietal ridge. I'm pulling the hair down and out, and everything that's longer than my fingers, I'm cutting off. And the reason that I'm doing this is it just makes it easier for me to blend this in. As y'all can see in the back, I am dropping it down just a little bit. We want to keep that a little fuller in the crown area, and then we will be doing the same thing to the opposite side. Once we got that done, we're going to move on to the top. We're going to be taking a mohawk type section, as I like to call it, setting in our initial guideline and then working our way forward. As y'all can see, every section that I pull up has a little bit of the guideline in there, and I'm just using that to make sure all the top is even. Then I'm going to move over a little bit, and still every section that I pull up has got a little bit of the previous section. Now I'm going to be setting my sections the opposite way, still working my way back though, as y'all can see, right? And every section that I pull up, y'all can still see I have that guideline in there, and that's what's keeping me in check and making sure that I trim this hair down all to that same length. And just FYI guys, we are using Masaki shears. You can check them out, masakishears.com. Use my discount code TANK, I think it's TANK15. It might be Tank 10, but I think it's Tank 15, right? But nonetheless, now we're moving on to tying the side into the top. And as you can see, I'm just combing the hair back on the side, and then any hair that's longer than the guidelines, we're making sure that we trim and we tie those guidelines together. But then we're gonna be doing the same exact thing to the opposite side. As y'all can see, I did speed this up a little bit, but nonetheless, we're doing the same thing. And then once we get to the side, remember, anything that's longer than those two guidelines, the one on top and the one I did on the side, I'm cutting off, basically just tying in those two guidelines together and tying in the top to the sides. Now I'm gonna go ahead and take my trimmer. This is my Stylecraft Saber trimmer, and we're gonna punch in our bald guideline. I know a lot of barbers will tell you not to punch in the bald guideline, and I say that sometimes in videos as well, but honestly, most of the time, I like to punch it in just because it gives me a cleaner, you know, it makes me start off cleaner. I can see the line better, so that's why I do it that way. So I'm punching in that line and then taking everything off from below that line, and we are going to be dropping it in the back just a little bit. We're not doing an actual drop fade, we're just dropping it down in the back a little bit, basically giving us a little more room to work with. And now that we got that done, I am going to be taking my shaver. This is the Exceed shaver, and we're getting everything down to that razor length or that shaver length. And if I want to purchase any of these tools, I believe I'm going to be using all Stylecraft tools, so you can go to stylecraftus.com or gammaplusna.com and use my discount code TANK10 on that website to save yourself a little bit of money. But as y'all can see, I'm not going all the way up to that bald line with the shaver, and if I do, I'm barely applying any pressure, right? But now we're gonna move on to debulking. As y'all can see, I got my Rebel 2 clipper, I don't know why I repeated that twice, but I got my number 3 guard on there, and then we're trimming the sides, debulking, but still using a slight flick out motion. That way it blends into the shear work we did earlier. Now it may not blend perfectly, and that's fine. We can always take care of that later, but we just wanted to blend a little bit and not leave too much of a harsh line. Now here is my number 2 guard coming right below what I did with that number 3 guard. Still using a slight flick out motion, basically doing some down fading, and then I did open my lever just to kind of tie those two sections together. And as you can see, it's looking nice, right? Now we're gonna move on to some clipper over comb. And I'm just really trying to tie in that number 2 into the longer hair. It's not like there's not a heavyweight line, it's just a little bit of cleanup work that I needed to do. And I like to do clipper over comb and then shear over comb, or blending shear over comb at the end to really, you know, really get it all tied together. Now that that is done, I'm taking my clipper with the lever all the way open, setting in my next section, still following the original shape that we set in with our trimmer. And then I will be adjusting my lever closed little by little, working my way down until my lever is all the way closed, attacking that bottom line. And it's okay to do a little bit of lever play within the sections if you need to. I do a lot of times. Some barbers don't, but I do. It just helps me, keep my fade where I need it at. Now I'm taking my number 1 guard, lever open, blending into that too. As y'all can see, I'm using a slight flick out motion. I'm not really pushing the clipper too hard against the head. I'm really just trying to make this section blend in and go into the next section that we already did earlier, that number 2 guard. And then I'm going to be adjusting my lever closed, working my way down to soften up that line. Now that line will not come out completely. I will have to take that line out with the half guard, and that is going to be our next step. But as you can see, this blend is already coming together. It already looks pretty good in my eyes. Obviously, it's not 100% done, but it's looking nice, right? And now I'm taking my half guard, and this is the Stylecraft tight guard. I'm using the dub guards for the rest of the haircut, but I like to use the Stylecraft tight guard for the half. And we're just going in with the lever open and then closed and halfway, basically doing some lever play to get this to basically erase this line. And we're trying not to create any harsh lines. As you can see, there is a slight line there, but we're going to take care of that with the 1.5 guard. And when we move on to some detail work, we will take care of that a little more here in a second. But this is my 1.5 guard, open and closed, just trying to tie in, a lot of these discrepancies into the haircut, trying to make it all look like a nice blend. And then we're reverting back down to that 1 guard just to do a little bit of detail work. Like I said earlier, I left somewhat of a harsh line right there where I'm working, and I needed to go back in and touch that up. Now I'm using my trimmer just to basically get that razor line out. And then we're gonna blend in the beard with the Rebel 2.0, clipper open, and then we're gonna adjust it closed, working our way up. And then I'm gonna take the beard down. I believe this is number 4. I think we actually ended up using a number 3. I'm not sure if I recorded that part or not, but I do want to say we ended up using a number 3 guard for his beard. But I started off with a number 4 going down. Now I know this doesn't get the beard 100% perfectly even, but it's okay because I'm gonna go back in and freehand it a little bit as well later on in this cut. So yeah, here's my number 3 guard to get it all down to that length. And then I'm gonna continue to blend that beard in by working my way down with the 2 guard, the 1 guard, and then or the 1.5 guard, and then the half guard. Now we're gonna line him up, make sure we get some nice sharp lines, and we're gonna keep the beard pretty full. We are gonna leave a nice line on top. We're not gonna leave it super wide to where you really can't see the line. We are gonna push that line down just a little bit, but it's still gonna look like a full beard. Then we're gonna move on to the neck area. And the neck area really depends on what the client wants. I know some clients like it higher on the jawline, some people like it below the jawline. A lot of times when they get a full beard, they want it as low as, not necessarily as low as possible, but as low as possible to still make it look full. So that's basically what I did. Now we're just lining up the mustache, cleaning up the hair right above the lip, and then we will be cleaning up the hair below the nose as well. Y'all know how we do it, man. Let's go. And real quick, man, if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure to subscribe one time for the one time. But like I said, I was going to go back in and do some freehand work, and that's what I'm doing now. And then we're moving back onto the fade. And like I said, I like to finish off my blends by using my blending shear over comb. And that's what I'm doing here. I am still using Masaki, so y'all can check them out. MasakiShears.com. Use my discount code. Once again, it's either Tank15 or Tank10, but I really think it's Tank15. But I could be wrong. I don't remember. I know I got it down in the description, though, so y'all make sure to check that out. But as you can see, we're not taking off no length. We were just really just softening up that line. And this side, I thought I pressed record, but I didn't. But I'm doing a little bit of clipper over comb at the end to detail, right? Like I said, sometimes I'll do the blending shear over comb, which is what I really like to do. But if it's a little more bulky, I'll go in with clipper over comb first and then go in with blending shear over comb. And that's just how I make my fades just look a little more airbrushed, give them more of that airbrushed effect. I could go back in with guards, but I feel that this works better for me, so this is how I like to do it. If you ain't tried this technique out, y'all make sure to try it and let me know what y'all think about that technique. But now we are going to be blending in the beard, clipper open and then adjusting it closed. Here is my one guard open and then adjusting it closed, no guard once again. And then I'm using that 3 guard going down, so it doesn't leave it to a true 3, it actually leaves it longer. But once again, we just wanted to bring the beard down to a good length, and then I'm gonna do some freehanding later on. Now we're moving on to the beard lineup. Same thing that we did on the other side. We're just making sure that we get some nice sharp lines behind the jaw area, and then the cheek area. Once again, we're pushing the beard down just a little bit, just enough to where we can see a solid prominent line, but not to where we're giving him a chin strap. And then we're just connecting this side to the opposite side. Make sure you're checking at the end. If you do it the way I do it, one side at a time, make sure you get in front of your client, have him look up slightly, that way you can see if both sides of the beard are even. Once again, if you want to purchase these tools, I do got the links down in the description, or you can go to stylecraftus.com, use my discount code TINK10 on that website. And as y'all can see, we just hitting up that lineup. We're not going to give them a front edge up, just the side and the C cup. Making sure we get that line sharp. And then we didn't hit up the C cup on this side, so that's basically what I'm doing here. Now I'm going to be using some Organsky shave gel. This is some of my favorite shave gel right here. Shout out to Organsky, right? But we're just applying the shave gel. It's see-through, as you can see. It's not sticky. A little bit goes a long way. I always put way too much in my hand than I need, but I'll just wipe it off with a towel. But I always use way too much than I actually need. And now I'm using my Masaki Shears Katana blade holder with the Masaki blades, just to finish off this haircut, just to put the finishing touches, just to give these lines that super sharp effect that, you know, the clients want, helps the haircut last a little longer, makes the edge up stay a little sharper, and all in all, it just elevates the haircut every time you use a razor blade on the client. And if you're a barber and you're not doing the razor blade, it better be because the client can't take it or doesn't want it, right? Like if you're just not doing it because you're being lazy, and I hate to say it, but you're being lazy, you know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, as y'all can see, we're using this Masaki blade holder, stretching the skin, making sure that we stretch that skin. That way we lessen the chance of nicking our client. And we're just going over everything we did with the trimmer to make sure we get those nice sharp lines. And I know some barbers take like really long strokes. Some take smaller little strokes, like quicker strokes, basically like what I'm doing here. And I do both, right? And I just feel like that just works best for me. You really just got to do what works best for you. Some people are more comfortable with the longer strokes. Some people are more comfortable with the smaller strokes. And I want to say pause because I don't want y'all to come at me in the comments. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, as you can see, this haircut is coming together. And then we're going to use some Organsky pomade. Great smelling pomade, man. I really like the smell of this. Really like the way it works on my clients. So we're going to apply this in our hand, and then we're just going to apply it to my client's hair. And then he's going for, I want to say it's like a messy look, but the front is kind of combed over, basically like a push over, if you will. He doesn't like it to look too like neat, so we're just going to kind of mess it up and then push it over in the front. That's just the look he gets, and I think it fits him well. So, you know what I'm saying, you got to do what the clients want 9 times out of 10. And then I'm going to use this little texture comb just so, like I said, it doesn't look too neat. I'm going to mess it up a little bit and then push it over with my hands to really give the finished final product. And then when you finish the haircut up, you got to go in with some aftershave. So we're doing that with the aftershave here, hitting my client up, getting them all cleaned off. But check it out, man. This is the finished product. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this haircut down in the comment section. If y'all like this video, please make sure to smash that like button. Also, if you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe one time for your boy. Remember, guys, if you're in the Houston, Texas area and want a haircut from your boy, you can go to my website, tankbchoppin.com. You can book there. If you want any discount on tools, I do have the links down in the description, so y'all make sure to check that out. But once again, man, I appreciate y'all for watching. Until next time, let's go. Yeah.